Have you ever looked back on the darkest moments of your life and truly realized that you wouldn't be the person you are today without that pain, that if life hadn't knocked you down, shattered your dreams, or left you crying in silence, you never would have found the strength to rise? That the pain you once begged to end was actually the beginning of your transformation. You see, pain is not your enemy. It is your sculptor. It is the fire that forgives you, not to break you, but to build you into something far greater than you were before. That's why I can say, without shame, without hesitation, and with full heart, I wouldn't be here with that pain, because pain is not just sufferer. It's a messenger. It teaches us things that comfort never could. It shows us who we are when everything is stripped away. When life gets hard, truly hard, you find out what you're made of, not in the moments of applause, but in the silence. Not when you're surrounded by support, but when you're alone and every voice in your head is screaming for you to give up, and still you rise. That's not weakness. That's power. That's strength. And that's growth. Think about every story that ever inspired you. The stories that gave you goosebumps, that moved your soul, that made you believe in human potential. Every single one of those stories includes pain, failure, struggle, loss. But more than that, they include something else. The decision to rise, the decision to keep going when giving up seemed easier, the decision to turn pain into power, to turn heartbreak into hunger, to turn rejection into redirection. That's the turning point. That's when the hero is born. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. The truth is, we live in a world that's obsessed with comfort. We're told to avoid pain, to numb it, to run from it. But here's the raw reality. You cannot grow without pain. You cannot evolve without discomfort. You cannot build a new you by staying in the same mindset that broke you. Change demands pain. It demands loss. It demands the sacrifice of who you were so that you can become who you're meant to be. And once you realize that, pain no longer becomes the enemy. It becomes your greatest teacher. Let me tell you something. No great success story came without a backstory of hardship. Not one. The most successful people in the world, whether in business, sports, art, or life, didn't arrive at the top by chance. They bled for it. They cried for it. They suffered silently while the world mocked them, ignored them, or doubted them. They faced fear, anxiety, depression, failure, and still, they kept walking. They used the pain as fuel. They turned it into something that would set their soul on fire. They understood the most important truth and is temporary, but growth is forever. You want to be powerful, learn to walk with pain. Learn to sit with it, to talk to it, to learn from it, because pain is not here to punish you. It's here to push you. Every tear, every sleepless night, every broken dream is shaping you, strengthening you, toughening your skin and sharpening your mind. The pain you're feeling now is preparing you for a future you cannot yet see. Don't curse it. Respect it, because the day will come. If you don't give up, when you will look back and say, I wouldn't be here without that pain. Maybe you're going through something right now. Maybe life doesn't make sense. Maybe everything you planned is falling apart. And maybe the people you counted on aren't there anymore. I get it. I've been there. But I want you to know this. You are not broken. You are becoming. The pain you're feeling now is stretching you. You are being pulled out of the old version of you, the comfortable version, and into the person you were born to become. Don't resist it. Don't run from it. Let it shape you, because here's what pain does. It awakens you. It brings clarity. It forces you to ask questions you've been avoiding. It strips away illusions. It reveals what truly matters. And it makes you stronger than you ever thought possible. Every scar you carry is a story, not of defeat, but of survival, of strength, of resilience. And one day someone will look at you, at your strength, your wisdom, your fire, and they'll ask, how did you become like this? And your answer will be simple. Because I walked through pain and chose to rise, there is no shame in your pain. The shame is in pretending it doesn't exist. The strongest people are not the ones who hide their scars. They are the ones who wear them as armor, who stand up and say, yes, I've been through hell, but I'm still here. Still fighting, rising. That is real power. That is unstoppable energy. And that is what separates those who survive from those who thrive. So don't pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to handle a hard one. Because it's the challenges, the heartbreak, failures. Those are the moments that define you, not the wins. Not the applause, but the moments you got back up when everything inside you was broken. The moments you kept moving when you had every reason to quit. Those moments built you. Those moments made you. And one day, you'll be grateful for them because they were necessary. The world is full of people who never reached their potential. Not because they weren't talented, but because they feared pain. They gave up when life got hard. They let the setbacks define them instead of refine them. Don't be one of those people. Be the one who endures. Be the one who keeps walking when the road disappears. Be the one who rises from ashes again and again until the fire inside you is brighter than the fire around you. You have no idea how strong you are until strong is your only option. And that's what pain teaches you. That's what it forces out of you. You may not have chosen your pain, but you do get to choose your response. Will you let it define you, or will you let it mold you? Will you stay bitter, or will you grow better? Will you collapse, or will you conquer? Every time you rise from pain, you rise with power, with wisdom, with experience. You become someone who can handle life, no matter what it throws at you. And the truth is, life will throw things at you. Storms will come, people leave, plans will fail, dreams will break. But none of that has the power to stop you unless you hand over that power. Your pain cannot defeat you unless you surrender, run from pain. Don't numb it, hide it, face it, embrace it, and learn from it, because it's shaping you. It's molding you into something unshakable, something unstoppable, something fierce. You are not here to be average. You are here to be exceptional. And that journey begins in the fire, not in comfort. Tell yourself this every day: I am not afraid of pain. I am not afraid of failure. I am not afraid of the struggle, because all of that is a part of greatness. All of that is part of the process. And I trust the process even when it hurts. I trust that every loss is making space for something greater. I trust that every closed door is leading me to the right one. I trust that even in my lowest moment, I am rising, I am evolving and becoming. One day you'll look back on this pain and realize it wasn't there to destroy you. It was there to awaken you, to guide you, to reveal your strength. And when that day comes, you'll smile, not because the pain didn't hurt, but because it was worth it, because it led you here, to this version of you, the version that is fearless, relentless, unbreakable. So say it with Meg: I wouldn't be here without that pain. And I am grateful, not because I loved the pain, because I learned to love who I became through it, because I stopped seeing myself as a victim and started seeing myself as a warrior, because I didn't let life break me. I let it build me. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are the power that rose from it. And the world needs that power. The world needs your story. So keep growing, keep believing, because your best chapter hasn't even been written yet. And when it is, it will start with this sentence: I wouldn't be here without that pain, and I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't be here without that pain, and I wouldn't change a thing. Because here's the truth most people run from. Pain is the doorway to purpose. It's not the end of your story. It's the start of the real story, the story that matters, the story that means something. You see, anyone can exist. Anyone can float through life, avoiding discomfort, doing the bare minimum, hiding from risk. But the people who truly live, who truly evolve, who truly matter, they've all been through the fire. They've walked through storms that would have crushed most. They've cried until their soul cracked open, and in that crack, the light entered. That pain you feel right now, it's not there to punish you. It's there to prepare you, to sharpen you, to show you what you're truly capable of when everything safe and familiar has been stripped away. Because when you're in pain, when you've hit rock bottom, there's a moment, a powerful, raw moment, when you realize, I can't go back to who I used to be. I've outgrown that version of myself. And it's in that exact moment that rebirth begins. That's where transformation starts. Not when you win, but when you're broken and decide to rebuild anyway. I know what it's like to scream into your pillow, wondering why life hurts so much. I know what it's like to be surrounded by people and still feel completely alone. I know what it's like to chase a dream with your whole heart, only to watch it shatter in front of your eyes. But I also know something else, see? You can survive it. More than that, you can rise because of it. You can become someone who is no longer afraid of losing because you've lost before and kept moving. You can become someone who is no longer scared of falling because you've hit the ground and stood back up. That kind of person, that kind of resilience is rare, and it's powerful beyond belief. Do you know what's even more powerful? The ability to turn your pain into purpose, to use what broke you to build someone else, to reach out to others who are drowning in the same darkness you escaped from and become their light. That's how you heal. That's how you grow. That's how you stop being a victim of life and start being a warrior for it. The most inspiring people in the world aren't those who have never struggled. They're the ones who turned their pain into fuel, their wounds into wisdom, their scars into stories that spark hope in others. And that's what I want for you. I don't want you to just get through your pain. I want you to grow through it. I want you to take everything that hurt you, the betrayal, the rejection, the loneliness, the failure, and use it to become unstoppable. I want you to walk every room with the kind of confidence that only comes from surviving hell. I want you to look in the mirror and say, this version of me, this strength, this fire, it was earned, and I wouldn't give it up for anything. Because at the end of the day, life isn't about avoiding pain. It's about learning how to transform it, how to alchemize suffering into strength, how to say, yes, this broke me, but it also built me. That is emotional power. That is spiritual maturity. That is the kind of grit the world can't shake. And that's what's inside you right now. Even if you don't feel it yet, even if you're still in the dark, even if you're still bleeding from wounds no one else can see. You see, there's a strange beauty in pain. It strips you down to your core. It rips away the masks you wear and forces you to face the truth of who you are. And maybe for the first time in your life, you meet the real you. Not the version you perform for the world, not the version chasing approval or hiding behind success. The raw, honest, unfiltered you. And maybe that person is stronger than you ever imagined. Maybe that person has fire in their eyes. Maybe that person has scars, yes, but also soul. And maybe, just maybe, that's the person the world needs. So don't hide from your past. Don't bury your pain like it's something to be ashamed of. Own it, honor it, because it made you, and it will continue to make you as long as you choose to grow, as long as you choose to rise. As long as you look your pain in the eye and say, you didn't defeat me, you refined me. You became gold because you went through the fire. You know what happens when you survive deep pain? Your standards change. Your vision changes. Your energy changes. You no longer settle for the things you used to tolerate. You no longer chase shallow validation. You stop living for applause and start living for alignment. You stop asking, will they like me? And start asking, is this right for me? That's the blessing hidden in the pain. It wakes you up. It wakes up your soul. It cuts through the noise of the world and helps you hear your own voice again. That voice, your inner truth, is your compass. And pain is often the only thing loud enough to make you listen to it. So many people live their whole lives asleep. They chase things that don't matter. They hide behind distractions. They waste their potential because they're afraid of pain. But not you. You're awake now. You've seen too much. You've felt too much. You know what it's like to be on the edge, and you chose to climb. That climb, slow, painful, imperfect, is where champions are made. You know what else pain does? It gives you empathy. Real deep soul level empathy. The kind that makes you look at someone else who's hurting and say, I see you. I've been there. You're not alone. That's a superpower in today's world because most people wear masks. Most people pretend they're fine. But the ones who face pain and healed from it, they become lighthouses. They become safe spaces. They become warriors with open hearts. And one day someone will hear your story, your raw, unfiltered, honest story, and it will save them. Not because you were perfect, not because you never struggled, but because you did struggle and you survived and you kept going. And that gives them hope. That makes them believe maybe they can survive too. That's the ripple effect of healing. That's the power of turning pain into purpose. So keep going, even when it hurts, even when it's lonely, even when progress is invisible, because healing is not linear. Growth is not always loud. Some of the most powerful transformations happen in silence, in the quiet moments when you choose to believe in a future you can't yet see. Those are the sacred moments. That's where destiny is shaped. You are being shaped right now, not by your wins, but by your wounds, not by the applause, but by the internal work no one else can see. And that work will pay off. That pain will evolve. That storm will pass. And you will emerge stronger, wiser, more alive than ever before. And when that day comes, you'll stand tall, not in spite of the pain, but because of it. So the next time you feel like you're breaking, remember this. Breaking is not the end. It's the beginning of something new, something real, something powerful. Your pain is not pointless. Your struggle is not in vain. It's a chapter in the story that will one day inspire millions. But first, it has to inspire you. Look at yourself. Really look. You've survived 100% of your worst days. You're still here, still breathing, still fighting. That's not weakness. That's proof of your strength. So hold your head high, walk forward, even if your legs tremble. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes, because the world doesn't need more perfection. It needs more realness. It needs more people who've been through the fire and chose not to burn, but to blaze. You are that person. You've earned every bit of strength inside you. You've earned every scar. You've earned every moment of peace that comes after the storm. And as you move forward, as you step into the next chapter of your life, remember this, you are not here by accident here because you refuse to give up. You are here because your pain did not stop you. It shaped you. It sharpened you. And it brought you exactly where you need to be. So don't just survive your pain. Rise because of it. Speak because of it. Shine because of it. And the world, I promise you, will be better because of you. Because in the end, there is one truth that echoes above all others. I wouldn't be here without that pain. And I wouldn't want it any other way.